Okay, thumbs up. I can't see. You know, maybe it's because your thumb is white. It may be a white thing. You'll have, I can't see, maybe it is. I mean, Nancy Pelosi said that Donald Trump's his DACA deal, it would only result in Make America White again. And we're the bad guys. Okay, State of the Union. First of all, not to go into the weeds, the State of the Union. For those, this segment is dedicated to the college students that were interviewed and asked, what did you think about President Trump's State of the Union speech? And you actually answered the question, not realizing it's not till tomorrow night. So this is for those college students that don't quite understand. Now, for me, what will be Donald Trump's first State of the Union? Now, he's addressed Congress. He addressed Congress. But what will be his first State of the Union address? Okay? What will it be like? Because we have lived in the congressional theatrics of America, 2017, and now the second episode of 2018. Write that down. Congressional Theatrics of America. That's a good one. Congressional Theatrics of America, 2018. We are living in it every day. So tomorrow night will be no different, folks. Theatrics will be front and center. Now, there's a couple things for the kids out there, okay? The union is exactly what we are. We are the union, okay? We have state rights. Don't have time to go into that. You have your states, you know, you got your Georgia and you got your Arkansas, and you know, you still got your Illinois until they dismantle it and split it up and auction it off. Okay, you still have that, and you still have your New Jersey, and you still have your New Mexico, and yes, for you dreamers out there that feel Arizona, New Mexico, and California belong to you, it's still part of the union, okay? No matter if you're white with dreadlocks, yeah, really, right? White with dreadlocks with a latte with a lot of cream on the top up there in Seattle somewhere smoking weed this morning, they are still, whether you like it or not, they're in the union. They're in the union. It's probably the only union I support. So, that being said, we have the State of the Union address. And what will the theatrics be like tomorrow night? Because we will have the congressmen and women that will not attend. So they're getting the media play now. Was it Clyburn and Lewis and some of them? They're getting their media play now, will not attend, okay? So let's have some fun with the predictions. So we have the group that won't attend. Then you have the group that'll all wear black. They're wearing black, okay? Obviously, that's a group that I think Pocahontas is putting together or somebody's putting together. They're going to wear black. And you have the group that'll probably stand up and turn their backs to the president on certain things, okay? These are my predictions, all right? Theatrics will be high, all right? Because they've got to pay back this right here. Do you have that video? Get the video ready. Tell me when you got the video ready. Okay. Theatrics will be high. This will happen tomorrow night. It's just my prediction. It's just, I mean, if it doesn't happen, you can come on the show Wednesday morning. Oh, you said this would happen. What? Is the video ready? Watch this video. Doesn't take long.
Those who claim that our reform efforts would ensure illegal immigrants. This too is false. The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally. It's not true. And one more. misunderstanding I want to clear up. Under our plan, no federal dollars will be used to fund abortions, and federal conscience laws will remain in place. Now,
no federal laws used to fund abortions. No illegals will get Obamacare. So this is my guy right here from South Carolina. Let's put his picture up. My hero, and should be yours. The award goes to Joe Wilson. Put Joe's picture up. Joe Wilson there. Joe Wilson yelled, "You lied." Remember the State of the Union? Joe Wilson, you lied. Stay with that for a minute. Because you remember now, on a daily basis, President Donald Trump is being referred to as the liar in chief. They fact check him 97 times a day. Everything is about how bad that Donald Trump lies daily. This guy, Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, had the nerve at this State of the Union address to yell, "You lie," right to him. Now, I don't know if you've seen in the video. Put up the video, the picture I've got of it says Nancy. It just says Nancy. And when you see this, did you see in the video when we played this? All right. No, not that one. Not that one. It just says Nancy. That's all it says is Nancy. You're on the right line there, but this one just says Nancy. Okay. And this one here, if you can find that, see if I can find this. Can you not find the one that says Nancy? That's okay. Did you see the look? Okay, there it is. Did you see the look on Nancy Pelosi's face when Joe Wilson said, "You lied" to stay? I mean, she was shocked, absolutely shocked that they had been called out. Well, they never thought that anybody would stand up and call them out. House votes to reprimand Joe Wilson. Remember that? And the reason I'm bringing this up, House voted on September 15th. This is September 15th, 2009. This came from the Washington Times. Kara Rowland. The House voted overwhelmingly to punish Joe Wilson Tuesday with a resolution of disapproval that the South Carolina Republican colleagues dismissed as a political distraction. So remember, Obamacare lying, Obama standing up there lying to the American people was a political distraction. By a margin of 240 to 179, the chamber approved a measure which condemned Mr. Wilson's exclamation of "You lie" during President Obama's speech to a joint session of Congress as a breach of decorum. 7 Republicans voted for the resolution while 12 Democrats voted against it and another 5 Democrats voted present. Okay? This is not about partisan politics or inappropriate comments. To the contrary, this is about the rules of this House, and reprehensible conduct, said Majority Whip James Clyburn, a Democrat who sponsored, remember, the resolution aimed at his fellow South Carolinian. I'm wondering how many of these reprimands Clyburn will vote for after tomorrow night. So that being said, okay, it's interesting that standing in the well and lying is a daily thing that nobody gets in trouble for. But Joe Wilson did this, and that was it. Now, for the kids in college that did not understand the question when asked about President Trump, this is where both houses come together. State of the Union, just for you, the executive branch that's the President of the United States, that's his executive branch, delivers the State of the Union to the House of Representatives and the Senate, which is both houses, come together and make Congress, okay? And then they bring in the Supreme Court, okay? Remember when Obama dressed down the Supreme Court? Samuel Alito right there in front, okay? But they bring in the Supreme Court and they sit in the front. This is an awesome display, America. This is something tomorrow night that every child in America should have to watch. Every teacher, okay, in America should send home from 8 years old up. I'm going to go with 8. You can do 6, you can do 7. But in 8 years old, 8 years and up, this is like a board game for you Democrats. You should send home every teacher in America a note asking the parents to have the children watch the State of the Union address and discuss it with you. Not what, no, I'm serious. Now, why is that so bad? Every teacher send home an assignment, 8 years and older, watch the State of the Union with your parents and discuss it. And understand that two houses of Congress, the representatives, Senate come together, both houses come together, the executive branch addresses them, and the Supreme Court. So you have the legislative, you have the executive, and you have the judicial all together. It is awesome. So the President of the United States will walk in tomorrow night, and the Sergeant of Arms will yell to the House, "The Vice President of the United States, the Speaker of the House, the President of the United States." Now, all kinds of people will line the aisle to get the handshake. So we're going to be watching how long the handshake is. We're breaking down the State of the Union. I got a long way to go here. They're breaking down, and we're going to see the handshake. Who gets to shake the president's hand on the way down? So tomorrow night, what are we looking for tomorrow night? We're looking for, here's the extra, we're looking for the Democrats that don't show. Well, they won't be there, so we won't see them. We're looking for a Joe Wilson moment. Okay, looking for a Joe Wilson moment. I got that on my list of possibilities. We're looking for the group dressed in black, and I'm not talking about Johnny Cash fan club there, all right, but the group dressed in black, women, I guess led by Pocahontas and a couple real lefties. So they will be dressed in black, and then we're looking for the Democrats that will not stand. All right, now here's the thing, is the president will make statements, and they will be the cheering by the entire body. They will stand up. The Supreme Court should never stand. That's my understanding. They should never stand, make a facial expression, anything. All right, but the chamber will stand, okay? And I'm wondering when the President of the United States says ISIS is defeated, if both parts, Democrats and Republicans, will both stand. But anyhow, you have that. Then you have the areas where Republicans only will stand and no Democrats will stand. We're going to see if Joe Manchin stands for anything Democrats don't. But here's the little extra. How many Republicans will not stand? You ready? How many Republicans will not stand for certain things? Look for like a Charlie Dent. Okay? Look for things in the Republican side and watch the Republicans that don't stand. That's the last thing I'm looking for. A Joe Wilson moment, Charlie Dent moment, Republicans that won't stand, Democrats. We're looking for all of that. Now, here's just a little down the road. I want to do this. Now, Amanda, I need your full attention here. I mean, I need your full attention. Now, here's how this is going to work, okay? I'm going to call out the name. And you're going to put up the picture. That's how this is going to work. Got it? But it's going to be kind of rapid fire. So get ready. So I just want to go down the road. Now, 2018 is coming up. And I know a lot of you do not like Paul Ryan. A lot of you don't. Okay? I understand. There may be the time when conservatives have to say that's the best we have. But let's go down the road briefly, and I'll try not to make too many comments. Let's go to, bring up my first picture. Let's see, let's go to, I might have it here. Hold on. I got it. Don't get all nervous on me. Let's go to Obama, Nancy Pelosi. There you go. I want you to see these visuals. It's very important, okay? So you have the executive branch represented, the State of the Union. It's President Obama. You have the Senate represented by the Vice President. For you college kids out there, Vice President presides over the Senate. That's the chair to my right? Whatever. And then you have Nancy, who presides over the House of Representatives. That's the layout. You got the executive, Senate, which is Vice President, and the Speaker of the House. So you see Obama has Nancy Pelosi sitting there and Joe Biden. God knows Joe Biden. And then we went from, let's go to Obama, John Boehner. Stay with the Obama theme. Obama, John Boehner. Okay? Then Obama is given the State of the Union with none other than plugs. Who calls him plugs? All right? You got my Obama, John Boehner? Is that up? Oh, I couldn't see it. I'm sorry. Okay. My bad, as the brothers say. Obama, John Boehner. Okay? John Boehner is now supposedly the Republican. Okay? House of Representatives. All right? Visual. Now we'll go to Obama, Nancy Pelosi. Already had that one? No, let's go Paul Ryan. I'm sorry. Just a reminder. Obama, Paul Ryan. You got that one? Yeah. So, folks, you got Obama, Paul Ryan, Nancy Pelosi, John Boehner. Okay? Now, let's go a little further back. All right? Let's go to Clinton Foley. I'm just reminding, this is for college students, okay? The State of the Union. Clinton Foley. Now, Bill Clinton had Foley as Speaker of the House and had Al Polar Bear Gore, all right? He had Al Gore there, the famous polar bear saver, all right? King of the polar bears and the ice cap. And you got Bill Clinton and Foley, right? America couldn't put up with that anymore, right? So look, you went with Newt. Newt made a contract. Let's go Clinton Newt. Let me remind you. House of Representatives, staying with me now. Clinton Newt, okay? You got that? All right, y'all see that. That's Newt Gingrich. So Foley, boom. You made a landslide. This is where you made a landslide win. Republicans. Newt Gingrich is Speaker of the House. Newt, much like Tom Price from Georgia, that got $1 million in travel vouchers. Newt made a mistake and took what, a book deal signing. Took a couple dollars from his publisher on the book deal. So just for that alone, he had to leave. And then we got, you know, Clinton and Dennis Hassard. All right. Go Clinton Hassard. You got that? Now, Dennis Hassard, where is he now? Is he in prison? I mean, the former wrestling coach from Illinois that actually, you know, molested wrestlers. Remember all that? He molested some boys while coaching them and wrestling. Men in tights, just saying, okay? So, here we go. That's Dennis Hassard. Dennis Hassard never seen spent like a drunken wrestling coach from Illinois, all right? Spent the money. He's Speaker of the House. So we moved over, and George Bush took presidency with Bush Hassard. Okay, now we switched over. Okay, now we got Dick Cheney over there. We got George W. George W., no conservative. I'm sorry, folks, not a conservative. Nice man, maybe. No conservative. Took us into some endless wars. I'm sorry, folks. I know you don't like it. But George no conservative Bush. Remember, never forget, it was George W. Bush that told you that Hank Paulson, Secretary of Treasury, that we need to give him $800 billion or the sky would fall. All right? And he has Dennis Hastert as his Speaker of the House. Republicans have control there. But then the Republicans, then the nation said, no, we don't like this Dennis Hastert. We don't like the Republicans spending all this money. So Bush ended up with who? Bush Nancy. All right? There's Nancy again with George W., Speaker of the House. She's with George W. Bush, and there Dick Cheney, and there's Nancy Pelosi sitting back there. All right? So, need I remind you, go back to Obama Nancy. Need I remind you, it wasn't that long ago that President Barack Hussein Obama had Joe Plugs Biden, and he had the House of Representatives, and he had 60 votes in the Senate. Need I remind you, it's not been that long ago where Darlin Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania switched over, and he had 60 votes in the Senate. And he had Nancy Pelosi, and he had Obamacare. All right? So one thing for all the Democrats out there that are concerned about DACA, this picture here, the Democrats do not want to fix immigration, folks. They do not. And there's a reason I brought this to this point. I hope sometime the show is worthy of staying to my point. And I know you've told me it takes too long to get there, but I think there's a lot of backstory we always have to lay out. So don't forget right there, all the other House of Representatives, State of the Union, I don't remember any of them having 60 votes in the Senate. I really don't. I remember many of them having a Republican Senate, a Democrat House, Republican president. Oh, the switches all around. But this right here, folks, right here, it's not been that long ago that Barack Hussein Obama had Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House, had Plugs Biden, had Darlin Arlen Specter, had 60 votes. That's how Obamacare got through. You remember, they keep yelling every single day for Mitch McConnell to enforce the nuclear option. The nuclear option, 51 votes. And he keeps saying, I need 60. Look, wasn't that long ago. The Republicans need to pound home every single day, every single day. Democrats do not want to fix immigration. They do not want to help you out there. Now, I know you're not happy, and this is a different segment. We're staying on State of the Union, but I know you're not happy at all, some of you, with President Trump's olive branch to fix immigration. But folks, don't forget, those three right there could have done anything, period. And see, they knew how to threaten. They knew how to make you. There wasn't Democrats got out of line. They get 60 votes. Never forget, Bart Stupak was sold out for a letter in Michigan as a pro-life Democrat. Yeah, we'll give you a letter. You can go home and put it on the wall. We'll never use it for funding abortion. Federal funders never. Yeah, we'll give you a letter. You can go post it. What we'll do is we'll up Planned Parenthood's money so they can pay all the light bills, the rent, everything else, and then they can take the other funds they get in and pay for the abortions. And we actually did pay for them, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, Celia, whatever your name, Roberts, the head of Planned Parenthood. So anyhow, don't forget, those three could have gotten everything done, and they didn't. They don't want to fix it. Okay? So here is my last picture for the State of the Union. It's called Trump and Paul Ryan. Now, folks, this picture right here, don't forget this one. And the reason I showed you all the pictures, it's Trump and Paul Ryan. There you go. The reason, this is when Trump addressed Congress. The reason I showed you every single picture up to then with Dennis Hastert, with Newt Gingrich, with Bill Clinton, with Al Gore, Dick Cheney, Tom Foley, Nancy Pelosi, John Boehner. The reason I showed you every one up to now, going all the way back to Clinton, tomorrow's State of the Union, this is the picture, folks. You better take away. You better take away if you have hopes and dreams for this country. You better take away if you hope there's a future in this country. Because you may not like Paul Ryan this morning, but I am going to tell you, it's probably the best chance you have. Best chance you have. Look at this picture as I tell you tomorrow night. President Trump appointed 4 times as many federal appeals judges as Obama in his first year. We have been tired of the legislating from the bench. We can't stand legislating from the bench. Okay? This picture right here, President Trump has appointed 4 times as many federal judges, conservative judges, than Obama in his first year. Don't forget this picture. ISIS, the JV team. Okay? Can you show me the picture of Pelosi? Give me the Pelosi-Obama picture really quick and then go back to this one, or am I throwing too much of a... the Pelosi-Obama picture, however I got it, and then go back to... These people said ISIS was a JV team. JV team. Now go back to Trump. This one here, Trump is ahead of Ronald Reagan. Now you know how I feel if you're not new to the show about Ronald Reagan. Trump's ahead of Ronald Reagan cutting regulations. He's cut more regulations in 1 year than Ronald Reagan cut in 8 years. Okay? Decimated ISIS. Border security. America is back. America is first, but not alone. I'm just telling you, you better take this picture tomorrow night and remember this, and you better get out there and work for these candidates, and you better not get all nasty about Paul Ryan until the House decides they want a new Speaker of the House, okay? You need to just put pressure on Paul Ryan. That's how you do it. Put the pressure on Paul Ryan. Put the pressure on your local congressman. If you put the pressure on your local congressman like Doug Collins and say, no, 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 then guess what? He's going to go into Paul Ryan. He's going to say, look, my district says no. That's how you do it. But you better take this picture home tomorrow night, and you better cut it out, and you better put it on the refrigerator, and you better say, hey, man, I got to get to work, because Democrats are going to yell with Robert Mueller, deep state, and every one of them, perjury and obstruction, and we've got our work cut out for us. I'd love to do another 2 hours on that alone. That's the State of the Union. I report to you the union is strong. Take us to break.